And this is also LSJ's first match, but we've seen a little bit of them already in scrims and such, not in the tournament. But they're looking pretty good, so we'll see how SWBGF is looking today.
LSJ did pretty good for themselves in the last Job Center tournament.
Yeah,
Won
they
a couple
did.
games, I think.
They did. Good input. Alright. So, I don't think factions matter, but Rebels are SWBGF is Rebels, and LSJ is Imperials. So, Imperials get first touch all the time. I accept, it looks like Darth Thaptos is going to be the one getting the spawn, and Acer is going to be the one grabbing it. So really early aggression here for LSJ, while SWBGF is kind of just getting situated now. So they, have first advantage. LSJ has first advantage while BGF is still trying to, get situated. But they're in the game now. All good to go.
Yeah, I'll check some star cards. So X3 is using a cycler. D3 is also using a cycler. Killgame is using a bowcaster, and Nawar is also using a bowcaster. So there are 2 bowcasters coming out of SWGF.
Are there really?
And yes, it is
Alright.
Nawar and
Well,
I think Killgame.
we'll see. We'll let the map play out, and it's obviously up to LSJ if they want to have the rematch. Obviously, well, oh yeah, there's definitely 2. All right, a little bit of a
LSJ, Acer's running a Pulse. Nightwing just died, so I can't check. Mike is using a Dioxys. Darth is running, I don't know. Darth is running a Nade, and Nightwing is running a Cycler.
a flank to the side around back is going to give well, just a trade in general. But looks like the pod currently is in favor of BGF. LSJ needs to get on here really quick. I'm not sure if they'll quite make it. Just pod 1 though. No big deal. Yeah, Thaptos going down.
You pick up all the blues here. Make sure LSJ don't get one. We'll have a nice advantage on the next pod.
LSJ first on it. Acer's right there. Almost jet. Oh, did jet over the edge. Oh, man. Well. So BGF with a nice touch. The Deoxys should take him down there. Yeah, Mike's going to get a nice kill with the Deoxys nade. But again, this pod favoring BGF. Acer going to get a touch here, more than likely. He does. He's going to make up for earlier with his jetpack over the edge.
You also get the partner spawn in the back, so LSJ have 3 in the back, but it's going to be touched by BGF.
Yeah, Killgam got that with one of the 2 bowcasters for the team. Mike gonna grab it for his team. Probably gonna go down here, but still got the touch. Mike pulled out the DH for this map. Maybe it's just this pod here in particular, but he has the DH, which is really interesting to see on kind of a bigger map.
Get double kill by Killgame there.
Yeah, which makes LSJ get a longer spawn. A couple.
Someone up on the crawler.
Yeah, a couple DHs coming out for LSJ. A nice cycler headshot, I believe, there on couple nice kills. Yeah, BGF
Ace is
is
the only one survived.
Alright. Again, LSJ first to the pod, but that didn't work out for him last time either. Actually, both times they were first to the pod and just ended up giving it up. So let's see if they can hold it this time. Obviously going to get a partner spawn off of Acer, and Nightwing's over in the back. Mike Fullerton going to defend the pod really well off to the side. Looks like Faptos is going to go down, but he's going to trade due to Acerola. However, in the back, both partners, both Acer and Faptos go down, which is really going to cause them to have... luckily, they got the close spawn, but that really could have been costly. Luckily for the LSJ, they're getting the close spawn here, and they're able to keep the pursuit going.
Faptos falls off the map. Good kill by Nightwing in the back.
Yeah, Mike actually able to pick up one as well. Mike's able to stall out long enough for his team to get there, maybe. They're all gonna like...
Good orbital.
A good orbital. But I don't know where the rest of LSJ was, to be honest. They'll just kind of like abandon the pod. Looks like partner spawns are going to happen for LSJ here. Nightwing gets a really nice spawn on, and crawler advantage, which you haven't seen much of so far, goes over to LSJ. Mike able to just sneak in there, take a pod, but he's not going to see this guy with the bowcaster. One of two bowcasters. Okay, so both Acer and Faptos are on the crawler. That leaves the partners of Mike and Nightwing to defend. Let's see if they're able to actually get a defense, because it's cutting it close. No? LSJ, just not enough people on the pod. And that's really what cost them right there, I feel.
Mike gets a partner spawn for Nightwing.
Yeah.
Also 2v2 in the back here.
Bowcaster going to take out Nightwing. If Mike retreats here and gets starts regenerating, he'll be okay for that partner spawn, which he does get. So it's now 2-on-2. Again, LSJ with crawler advantage, but Nightwing going to win a gunfight off to the side. Acer and Mike both on. Mike Fullerton going to take one down. Acer going to grab the pod.
Did you notice the time of when this pod dropped? Because, oh, never mind, another pod just dropped.
Yeah, it's been about 3 minutes. Oh, nice shot from Acer off the roof. Gonna pick up an assist. This is now a one-on-one Nightwing. They trade for the pod defense. Clutch there by Nightwing to be able to secure that. The rest of his team wasn't in position yet. This pod's going over to LSJ. A little bit of...
too focused on a 50-second pod instead of getting power-ups.
I mean, it's still something you're going to want to get a touch on. I mean, understandably, you could get the power-ups there. I think it was a little bit of a misplay by SWBGF to actually get focus on this pod, because they split their attention up and were allowing LSJ to secure the last one, and now still have 25 seconds, LSJ does, to be able to secure this next one.
But they've cleaned up 3 of them. Mike doesn't get the partner spawn.
He also is going to go down to a double melee. And now LSJ kind of in trouble for this one. I mean, you're right, maybe the power-ups maybe will make a difference here. Mike Fullerton needs to get on it, which he's not. So a good trade of pods there. BGF going to get one, and LSJ going to get one. Would you want to check and see if they're still using the double bowcasters so I don't keep trolling them?
Yep, they are. Nagar and Killgame are both running a bowcaster.
Alright. Nice job. Mike Fullerton gonna kill himself on stream.
Not so sure about on the walker for this pod. Maybe if you have good control, you can hold them back in their spawn. But as you can tell, the guy on the ship did not have any effect of that guy claiming the pod.
Yeah, you can't really overlook this pod on top. You can overlook, the entrance ways. You can overlook people coming in, but you can't fire down on this pod like you can any of the others. I actually like to control the side here of the crawler, which I'll show on stream, but you won't see, Galaxy. Right here, there's a nice angle you can get that kind of hits in that area that I like to use the crawler for. But other than that, it's really not that useful. Nice jetpack by Nar there. Whatever his name is. It's French.
I'm gonna call him Neuer.
Alright.
You know everybody. Bit of a 2v2 situation here. If Asu can get on and get a touch, Dog's gonna be able to get a touch, yep.
Yeah, one of those two are. Luckily Faptos was the one to touch it, because Mike went down before he would have gotten it, which would have really put time constraint on Faptos if he was trying to claim it, but he got it, so that's another. Now it's 30 seconds for LSJ, so they got a good reset, really important there. Nightwing's going to he will give Mike a spawn up top, and the rest of LSJ pretty much all coming up this walkway. Faptos going in, but he's going to go down. There's no way he can get it with all four on there. Mike Fullerton going to try the same. He also goes down. 4-1. I have a feeling
I heard a proxy as well. Yeah, I have a proxy on that.
I'm getting a feeling like this map's going to be replayed.
Yeah, with the double bowcaster.
But we'll see what LSJ wants.
Hey,
obviously.
You never know. Teams have come back from 4-1 down.
They have. A little bit of homage to RNA Pac. Oh, there's an R5 on as well. R5s are extremely deadly. Well. R5s are so deadly, dude. It's insane. Faptos gonna try and get a nade in, not quite gonna work. Good crawler and a blaster cannon control from SWBGF here. R5 just gonna take down Faptos real quick, gonna take down Nightwing real quick, and it looks like this is going to be the map. So I'll message LSJ and let him know. I feel like Mike already knows because he's already messaging me. Yeah, they did.
Alright, so then we play the map. I was gonna pull up the chat. Okay.
Alright, let's see what Mike wants. Alright, LSJ is discussing what they want to do. He says they noticed after the third pod. But I mean, it's their decision. They can get it replayed if they want. They could just say screw it and then let them know, but still give them the map win. It's really up to them. Obviously, the troll thing to do is to just make them replay the map. But it's their choice, whatever they want.
If it was something different, maybe like Dioxys, I would almost be a little bit okay about it, but a bowcaster is just very overpowered if you have two of them.
Okay, so obviously the lobby ending here for a reason is LSJ has decided as a team, collective team, on getting the map replayed. Due to the
probably a 4-0 vote though.
Collective as a team, due to the fact that I mean, wow, the bowcaster, having two bowcasters isn't the biggest deal in the world. It was still kind of a unfavorable. Galaxy's left us. It was still kind of an unfavorable matchup to have one person with a pulse and then the other team with two bows, where you know, obviously that offsets the balance and gives the advantage to the team with the 2 bows. Again, probably not that big of an advantage, but, you know, getting the ability to warm up in a match is not that bad. And if you're SWBFG and you're saying, and you're seeing, you know, you have to have this map replayed, if you just go off the momentum you had from last map, getting a 5-1, you're probably going to come out ahead on this replay still. So we'll see what happens, obviously. Welcome back, Alexei.
Yeah, my internet sometimes kicks me out of parties, so. Due to a network error.
Alright, just awaiting the invite.
Should be a eventful day. A lot more games going on later today, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we have a couple. R does personally have a couple more, or a couple coming up.
Yeah. Shout out to RA, my team. You know, also not CWS last night, but hey, guess what?
Oh my god, dude.
I think without the second bowcaster, there should be a pretty interesting game. Because bowcaster can take out 2 people, and if 2 people have it, I mean, they can clear out the whole team in one swipe. So.
True, but also, I mean, you have to think about it. Just an additional bowcaster. I don't know if that's the big. I don't know if. I mean, we'll see, but I'm not so sure that's the entire difference between a 5-1 score.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, next map will.
Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the next map was gonna be Sulfur, so.
Yeah, maybe LSJ's warmed up. What is it? It is. I actually have the stat or the things here. Jawa, then Sulfur, then Dunsi.
Dunsi is there. All right. No game's gone to a 3rd game yet, so.
Nope. All right, and Mike with the invite hitting me up.
I'll patiently wait for mine.
Aw. Patiently waiting.
Well, I'm pulling up the tournament thing.
Alright. So it seemed like Acer was the one going with the pulse and bow. Acer seemed to, from when I had talked to him, he seemed to be the one who really liked that that card. More than, you know, more than the rest of them. Nightwing and who has disappeared now. It's a magic trick.
Nightwing just.
Nightwing was one who was, you know, he was trying out new stuff as well. I've been liking what I've been seeing from him. Mike's always going to be the objective player here, and Faptos is Faptos. The best BF2 player of all time. Best BF2 player of all time.
Oh, back in your good old days.
Alright, so... Alright, Nightwing has returned.
So is Moonlight gonna be playing this game? Or is he gonna do a Buzzy Beats and just get his whole team in here and then leave?
Alright. So it looks like there's just a misunderstanding with the rules. SWBFG didn't quite understand the rule set. They apologized to LSJ for the double bowcaster, but yeah, it's all good. Just, you know,
So Kalos is in for SW,
BGF.
and yeah, BGF. So who dropped out?
It's probably the guy. It's probably the guy who had a bunch of numbers in his name. But
Oh, like the X3 dude.
yeah. Did I really feel like putting all those random numbers and letters into the stats? And the answer is no.
That'd be fun.
I have a request from the chat saying that the penalty for breaking the rules should result in homing shot only.
Oh my gosh. That would be interesting. You know, homing shot isn't as bad as it used to be. It's not as good as it really used to be, but
It's also not that good when you could just shoot a gun.
okay, well don't count it out as a bad start card.
There's some maps it's better on than others, mainly for the fact that some, you can hide
I would
behind a
never
lot.
use it in drop zone though.
And all of BGF has not spawned in yet.
Oh, they got 2 now.
No, they did, and they're still going to get there first due to these spawns. But it's all good. Alright, so we're going to get on D3 here from BGF.
I think it's pronounced devil, actually.
Devil. Okay, fine, whatever.
Nightwing's gonna take him down.
Nightwing's going to get a
Nightwing
double.
gets a double. But he can't jump over the ledge.
Alright, so good play by Nightwing. Even better play by the ledge. Alright. Nightwing and Mike both pulling out the DH on this map, which is, it's interesting to see the double DH. It's been a while since I've seen that used too often. But,
Devil's gonna get on the pod.
Yeah, and he's not going to get it, though. Fapto's going to take him down. It looks like all of LSJ is running DHs, except Acer.
Let me check just star cards. Acer's still running a pulse. Nightwing is running a nade. Faptos is running a nade. And Mike is running a Dioxys. And then on the other side, Devil is running a Cycler. Neuer is running a Bowcaster. X3 just died. Kalos is running a Dioxys by the looks of it, and I think X3 I need to look at. Also running a Cycler.
Acer gonna fail the jetpack. He's gonna sneak up on the side here.
Let's go over to LSJ.
Yeah, a lot different story this time. LSJ, maybe they warmed up. Maybe it actually was the double bowcaster. But right now, the BGF is in control here. Acer going to take down one and not grab the second. That's a little interesting. I thought he would have gotten it. But now, looks like LSJ's in a bit of trouble here. 2 people on, now 1 person. Acer going to go in for the claim. He's going to get it with an orbital on. Clears off the rest of BGF.
Is that a triple orbital by Mike Fullerton? Although Cal's going to claim the pod, but it does go down.
Mike picks up a kill and retreats. Looking, though, really good for LSJ right now. They've really turned it around since the replay. Maybe it was the double bowcaster. Maybe they're warmed up. We'll never know. But
they're winning most of the gunfights.
Yeah, Fullerton going to pick up one. Acer's going very positive. Acer and Mike doing very well. Looks like they're going to get it. Yeah, he's going to pick that up. The nade not going to pick up either. But it looks like he's actually going to be able to escape.
Nice pulls by Acer.
Yeah. Okay, a couple members of LSJ or BGF down low. It's going to be 2-on-1 here. Acer versus Devil. Mike's in the back to cover it, but Mike has to cover the pod. A little bit too distracted by Devil in the back. BGF able to pick it up from there.
Good cleanup.
Mike Fullerton with a double kill though. Let's see how that partner spawns affect it. Nightwing's going to confront Devil. Nightwing and Mike both confronting Devil. Devil's able to get out of there. Nightwing low. Faptos on. Faptos going to claim real quick before Devil can take him out. Mike off to the side. Acer picks up one. Mike and Nightwing off to the side. They're able to clean up. Pod over to LSJ still, and now they're in control.
Nayir doesn't fall back to get his partner spawn there.
Instead, he goes straight for the bowcaster shot. Not going to pick up Nightwing. Deoxys on from Mike Fullerton there. And second pod's going to drop. Nightwing and Mike, and now Faptos in the back, able to defend this. Nightwing and Mike Fullerton really close. It's going to go down. Oh!
Nayir goes down. Mike with a double kill.
A little bit too much focus on the actual players rather than the pod there, I think, from BGF.
It's great defense from LSJ, though.
Yeah, good
fights.
Good defense from LSJ. They've really picked up their gunfight skill since the first map. Nightwing gonna go down though. They just got overrun there by BGF.
2 members on the crawler for LSJ. It's like Acer and Mike up there.
Yeah, Acer and Faptos.
Faptos? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're running as partners, so it's somewhat expected that both of them are going to. Looks like Acer and Faptos gonna spawn, or Acer's gonna spawn on Faptos, and it seems like whenever they're using the. Whenever they're up top or have range, they swap to the E3, and whenever they're around the pod, they have the DH in their hand. So it's interesting interesting gun choices for specific situations coming out of LSJ.
Good bowcaster from Nayir. He's gonna goes on the Nightwing.
He's gonna pick up one, but Nightwing's gonna kill him, and Mike's just gonna pick up spawn regardless. But let's see if they can get on here. Deoxys on. Also, Nightwing with the DH is going to pick him up. This is really close to being pod over to LSJ. BGF not going to get on in time.
2 members on the crawler could have, taken a risk and jumped off the crawler to get that pod, but...
They could have, but a lot of LSJ down around there. It was really unlikely they were going to get it. Nightwing's just going to go suicide trying to get the pod.
It's quadruple team, 3 from the ground, 1 from the ship.
Looks like BGF's actually going to get a majority of the power-ups. Nightwing goes aggressive, and he's going to trade. They trade with each other, except
the only player on it is where's X3.
X3. Faptos has height advantage. Faptos and Acer height advantage.
Faptos goes down. I think there's a nice cycler from X3. So
Acer's
going to fall back a little bit and get into a partner spawn.
Yeah, but they need to get on this soon. They don't know behind them that there's a player, X3. Acer's going to jump down. If he gets that, that'd be surprising. Mike's not going to get it either, and Acer goes down. This looks like a pod over to...
Mike's going to get a kill, but he's not going to get on the pod.
Yeah, BGF's going to pick that up, and LSJ's just going to retreat.
All power-ups claimed by BGF. Although a good spawn for LSJ. They're all near it, but... Faptos gets them off. Faptos in their claim.
Yeah, Faptos got the first touch there.
Again, 1 player on the ship for BGF. Not so sure about up there, but...
the Deoxys wasn't enough. He died right as he claimed it. 1 more tick of damage from the gun would have been able to stop that touch. But regardless, it's still BGF's.
BGF, they have the pod, but there's no one directly on the pod. So
they have
if one of LSJ just wants to jump on it.
There's a blaster cannon there. Faptos, maybe he'll claim it. Yeah. Jumps off the blaster cannon for the spawn. But that blaster cannon not really in the best position. It's only covering a couple of the angles. Nair's going to almost die, but he does get the touch. Has Bowcaster ready. Looks like he's going to go aggressive with a jetpack soon here. And he it looks like he expected something around that corner because he fired his Bowcaster. Acer with a double kill. Nice double kill, Acer. It looked like there was something going on with the radar. They BGF looked like they were expecting something around the corner side of the crawler, but there was nothing there, and Acer and Mike just sneak in. Pod over to LSJ, and a lot of BGF is wiped from the pod. They're going to get long spawn as long as And how does he sneak in there?
I guess whoever, because there was a trade on top of the ship. There's one more up there, and I guess that didn't really get communicated to LSJ.
I mean, all of LSJ's low here. They need to retreat for these spawns. Nightwing and Mike are partners here, so that's not benefiting them at all.
Nightwing gets a nice kill under the ship.
He's gonna go down himself, though.
His pod's got about 15 seconds left if LSJ is going to at least get a touch on it. Try to reset the pod.
There's a couple people who can come in. Faptos going to get a kill.
Easy kill.
Huge kill there, though.
Acer gets a kill on Devil as well, and now they've got all 4 members
What a
close to the pod.
Faptos needs to retreat here. He can get pod defense off to the side, but he needs to give a spawn to his teammate here. Good
Another pod drops.
Clutch kill by Mike Fullerton there to be able to give Faptos the time he needs to heal up so he can get the spawn. Nightwing gonna retreat off the pod a little bit. Now, last time there was a 2-pod situation, they ended up trading, but the first pod went over to LSJ because of LSJ's focus on the first one, and then they just weren't able to get the second one. So now we're looking at 2 pods. Let's see if BGF adapts and they stay more focused on just the first one, or if they get the second one. But Ace just sneaks in there.
Looks like BGF went a little bit too aggressive on the spawns.
And they get cleared out. That would be closer spawn favoring BGF here. Nice cycler out of the air, I believe, for BGF. Faptos going to hold the attack on BGF momentarily. If Mike just looks at the pod, all you have to do is just watch the pod in that scenario and you have the touch. A little bit of a misplay there from Mike.
So it looks as though, I think that's Nair is going to go get a touch on the other pod because he notices that LSJ is all coming from one side, and it's actually going to be a pretty good strategy here. He's going to stay on that pod as well.
Ace is going to grab that one. Now, that's a 50-second touch over there. If LSJ focuses this, that's a 4-on-3 that they're going to have to do. But another touch. Both these pods are going to be taken simultaneously for BGF if no one touches either of them, which is very unlikely at this point. Looks like Fapto's going to have a 1-on-1 here. Bowcaster versus not a chance. Now we have Nightwing going in. Nightwing wins that 1-on-1. He's going to get that pod touch. That's clutch and huge for Nightwing there to be able to get that.
2 jumping on. And they're easily going to claim it. LSJ off to the side of the Dioxys puts them both down pretty low.
Yeah, Deoxys gets them low, doesn't kill them though. They just need a little bit more gun support. Faptos is going to get X3 low. Not quite going to kill Acer. The second pod's something you have to watch here. Nightwing is just standing there watching guard. No one from BGF is even remotely close. And it looks like X3's
gonna go for it.
They can't. Acerola takes one down. That's an easy pod over to LSJ. And now Acer right back on the other pod to be able to touch this one. And he can get an easy kill right there on Kalos. So
Nair gets a nice Bowcaster.
So again, it seems like there's just a lot of misplays going on the side of BGF when it comes to 2 pods. They're good in the 1-on-1 pod, or they're good with 1 pod, but this is twice now that there's been 2 pods and they just give up an easy pod for free. Except this time the score's reversed.
3 members of BGF just pushed up their spawn. If Mike would have realized that, he could have easily gotten on, but
Mike with the Deoxys on for Mike. Now there's no one able to actually stand guard. Faptos can sneak in the back here last second. Acer gonna prioritize the kill over the pod. 4-2, 1 pod left. If this keeps going back, if this goes back and forth for a minute, BGF actually will not be able to take it.
So they need to get the 50-second touch and claim it as soon as possible. They cannot.
A little bit of a misplay from LSJ, you could say. Only because if LSJ just didn't touch it, it was game. Like, they could have just not touched the pod and still won. As long
Can
as...
another pod drop when there's 0 seconds left?
No, as soon as time hits 0, unless a pod already was planning on dropping, like... because it takes a couple seconds for the pod to drop after 3 minutes has passed. Unless it's already in the process of dropping, as soon as it hits 0 seconds, another pod's not going to drop.
So this is pretty much game over.
This is game... Yeah, actually. I don't think BGF can actually win here. LSJ, you know, a difference between a 5-2 and a 4-3 is, you know, something to play for, though.
So it looks like the double bowcaster might have come into play, or it's just LSJ weren't really warmed up just yet.
Maybe. Alternatively, yeah, I mean, it's one of those two things. Either the bowcaster was actually a big deal, or LSJ hadn't warmed up, or, you know, something going on. Maybe, you know, NBF not winning their gunfights as much as they could or should have been. That also could have been something going on. But regardless, I mean, looks like this first map's going over to LSJ regardless of the score. You know, just playing for KD now, playing for those stats. Fapto's going down. Nightwing's the only one left to defend. You know,
X3 gonna touch it.
He's gonna touch it. Let's see how long this game can go for.
So the time where you just, you know, don't move your controller and just look on the pod.
This is actually one of the first games to go to the timer as well. A lot of the games so far have been with like 7 minutes, 8 minutes remaining. This is one of the first games to go down to actual no time, if not the first. Alright, so if you're LSJ here, what's something you're going to want to work on for the next map? Obviously, you came out on top, but you know, the other team, or BGF did get these 2 pod caps. So what's something you think LSJ might want to work on for next round?
Well, the kills and deaths seem about the same. LSJ, I feel like, are tactical more. I just feel I don't really know what they could do better. I feel like it's SWBGF who's really got their work cut out for them.
Yeah, and on that note, what do you think BGF needs to adapt to fix so that they can get they can come out on top next map?
I feel like their main mistakes were when those 2 pods dropped at the same time. They went and touched that other one thinking they could easily claim that, but they just got overwhelmed.
Yeah, again, quite when it came down to 2 pods, both times, both maps that were played so far, the replay and then now this one, when 2 pods dropped, BGF would mess up and they'd give up 1 pod really easily. Luckily, the first time on the replay, they were able to trade 1 for 1. This time, I don't think they were as lucky.
I feel like they should, like, this is just my opinion personally, but I would switch around the star cards. I wouldn't run 2 cyclers.
What would you run?
Next map is Sulfur, correct?
Yeah.
I would almost trade out the bowcaster and put in the pulse. I would keep 1 cycler, and honestly, the nades are a lot.
Impact nade?
They've come along. No, just normal thermal detonators. They've come along since 1 pulse or 1 bow has been introduced. Especially on this map with a lot of rocks, they can bounce off, come straight up behind you.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, this map should be interesting, more favoring to the EE3s. So, there's Mike and Asu there who were running, or Mike or Nightwing who were running the DHs. Not sure about
Well,
DHs on this map.
I noticed that that Faptos and Acer and Nightwing are all comfortable with the E3. I've been kind of, we've been strategizing together, kind of talking about different strategies, and I've more or less tried to convince LSJ to get used to the E3. We'll see what Mike's using. Actually, yeah, you're right. Pulse Cannon comes out now.
Yeah. Yeah, Pulse Cannon comes out in all your other Kalos and X3 have not spawned in yet, so this is a 2v4 right now.
Actually, and I believe what Acer? It's probably Acer. Acer switched over to Bow. Nightwing and Mike Fullerton both with DH still though.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what Acer's running.
I believe it's Bow.
Yes, it is Bow. Let's just stay on Acer here for a minute. Acer gonna go up for a nice boat. Gets a... God, he just flew on that jump pack. Trades with Devil there.
Yeah, but a lot of LSJ got cleared out, so a little bit unfortunate timing.
Long spawns for them. And that's something this map could easily mess you up on, is those long spawns.
Yeah, for sure. But luckily this is the first pod, so long spawns aren't that big of a deal. Mike Fullerton going to have a nice Deoxys on. He's not going to be able to pick up one yet, but he's going to weaken them for Acer to get on there and not quite get it. Faptos a little confused as to what's going on. And first pod over to BGF.
Still the only left. Yeah. X3, I think he cleared the whole team out. I think it was a squad wipe from X3 there.
Yeah, really quick first pod from BGF as a whole.
Looks like they're are clutching up on their defense a little bit. They were pretty spread out around the pod and covered all angles.
Faptos is going to... I'm not sure if he got one kill there or if he got 2 assists. But he's going to get the first touch on this pod.
Let's go on Mike here.
Yeah, nice control from LSJ here so far. They're able to hold back BGF, but still, it's early in this pod, plenty of time.
From Devil.
Acer needs to retreat for a partner spawn here, and LSJ needs to get on the pod for defense. Nade on, but that's not going to kill.
All 4 members of BGF are around this pod, so...
Yeah. And they have a nice flank. There's going to be there's going to be a trade coming out for LSJ and BGF.
Faptos gets a partner spawn on Acer there. 3 people coming from the ship area. One goes down to a proxy, I think it was. Is Acer gonna be able to get the touch?
Yeah, easy touch there. The droid for BGF, the R5, those things are always extremely deadly. Decided to jump into the sulfur pit. So that thing's gonna die slowly, I believe. But
do droids die in there?
I'm not sure.
Oh, well, actually, it just blew up.
Well, it doesn't matter. So Nightwing going to... they got flanked, LSJ did, and they were able to trade 1 for 1. Jetpack away from the pod from Nightwing. He's going to be kind of out of commission for this pod touch. Faptos needs to get on. Can he get that? No.
No. Kalos with a nice double there. Nightwing with a double kill as well.
Nightwing with the...
This is the pod where spawns can mess you up.
This is one of a couple where spawns are really important. Partner spawning's huge. BGF in control.
Kyle's the only one over here. Looks like a Dioxys was putting down X3 and Devil over there. Now you're in an interesting position for this pod, off to the left there. So Kyle's gonna go down to some flanking Faptos and Acer.
Yeah, but there's still 2 more on the pod. They got partner spawns really well.
Yeah,
Faptos going to retreat back. 2 down for LSJ, and they happen to be partners, so they're getting long spawns, and this is down to Acer.
Can Acer get the touch?
Acer's not going to get the touch there. Little bit of a misplay from LSJ. Yeah, there's no way the rest of LSJ is going to get that. It was really clutch that Nightwing and Acer, or Nightwing and Mike, sorry, got partner spawns, and they just both died together, which really cost them there.
So 3-0 over to BGF. Still one
BGF
power up remaining.
BGF was in position, but they didn't quite take the pods. It's still 50-second timer available for whoever wants it.
Looks like Mike not going to go for the claim. Okay, yeah, he's going to go for the claim.
Mike was taking cover away from X3. He had positioning on him.
Yeah. X3's not bad with the cycler, what I've seen, so we'll see what he can do here. A little bit of a 3v1 situation.
Yeah.
4v1 situation for X3 here.
This is really good for BGF if they can actually. This is really good for BGF. So they have a split going, a flank coming in, and that flank's gonna arrive. So LSJ's in a ton of trouble now. LSJ needed to get those kills on the near side of the map, and they just didn't.
X3 survived a 4v1 by drawing back. He drew back 2 members of LSJ, and the others just came in, cleared them out.
Acer with a nice kill on Kalos.
Pod needs to be claimed. Am I gonna get it? No. Baptos goes down to a proxy.
X3 with really nice control on this pod.
So that looks like that's going to be pod as well. So LSJ going to be down in a 4-0 situation. Like this might be LSJ with a higher seed, correct?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
So this might be a pretty good map that BFG are good on. They're showing their worth on this map.
Yeah, it might be the map they have practiced or whatnot. Of course,
This map always does find in maybe like the 3rd game or.
Of course, LSJ still has a chance on this. Obviously, a couple quick pod takes, and they're still right in this, but it's going to be really hard for them.
They have tons of time to do it as well.
They have
almost 8 minutes.
They have remaining time to be able to come back in pods, but they need to get this one first is the problem. Mike not going to get it. The rest of LSJ kind of off to the side. Faptos and Acer. Faptos going to go for it. Both of them get taken down. This is actually going to be a 5-0 over to BGF.
That's game. Very interesting game. Nice little taunt out of X3 at the end as well.
So a really interesting turnaround for those guys to go from being down the first time to take a 5-0 pod map 2.
And map 3 is going to be Dune C, so a very, very interesting map. This map can go to any team.
Yes, this is actually the first map 3 of the tournament, by the way. Every other game so far has been a 2-0. According to Mike, it seems like they are going to be hosting the last map, which means there might be this party might end, or this lobby might end, and then we'll need to get reinvited.
Stay in it just in case.
Of course, yeah.
So what happened there with LSJ? They weren't really winning the gunfights.
Well, I mean,
defensive work.
Yeah, a lot of it came down to partner spawns. LSJ just not getting the partner spawns they needed when they needed them, and BGF were able to win the gunfights when they needed them.
Yes. Really Dune C almost a complete opposite map to Sulfur. If a pod's got 10 seconds left, you spawn in, you have your jump pack, you can get there.
Yeah, there's plenty of time on this map to be able to get the pod.
Should be an interesting game 3. See if there's any. I'm guessing I'm going to be seeing a couple DHs probably this whole map. like Mike and Darth, Aptos.
Yeah. Hopefully this gets going soon. Map 3. It's exciting to see Map 3. Obviously, this is match point for either team. Whoever wins this wins the round. Both these teams looking to be not front runners per se, but both these teams looking to make playoffs. And you know, this
too much confidence coming out of you there.
This game, all I'm saying is this game is kind of important for both teams. We don't know who the front runner is going to be in the tournament, but
you know who you want it to be, but
I want it to be everyone because all right, Mike Fullerton sent me the invite. I'm sure you'll be invited eventually.
Yeah, soon.
I mean, you have to trust Mike. Always trust Mike.
I trust Mike.
I'm not sure if I trust BGF to start the game before you get invited. Okay.
Okay, I'm in. Well, they probably noticed that there were two people.
Probably.
Spectators, so maybe they have some, common sense, and they're like, oh, hey, we probably shouldn't start the match until there's somebody else gets in.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Alright, third map. Is Moonlight going to be playing this game, or is he just getting in his players?
Well, I guess
that's what he's doing.
I guess he's playing.
Alright, so Mr. Moonlight has come in for Kalos, it was.
I love doing stats.
Kalos came in second map, and they won second map, so...
SWBGF. Alright, I'll add another slot to SWBGF for the stats, so I have to do 5 people. Oh, man.
Well, I think you have to do 6.
Why?
Because Kalos came in second game, and then he just left, and there was another guy, and there was a 4v4 to start with.
Oh my god. Alright.
You signed up for it.
I did. By myself, because no one else wanted to. What was I thinking?
You were thinking it was a good contribution to the community.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping to get these stats up on the site soon so people can look at them so I don't feel like I'm doing all this work for nothing.
In Mike Regis.
As long as like 3 people look at it over the course of this tournament, I'm good.
Alright, so Rebels are BFG and Imperials is going to be LSJ.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so let's see how the substitution affects the team. If I'm BGF, I'm wanting to keep, the roster the exact same from that Sulfur Fields, because that looked, really strong for those guys. But it seems like they wanted to make the change, or they needed to make the change. 14C coming out of Acer, gun we haven't quite seen. Gun we haven't quite seen in this match yet. But Ace is going to get a really nice kill.
Another gun we haven't seen coming from Mr. Moonlight, a DL-18.
Yeah, actually, it's going to work out for him there. A lot of pistols coming out. Mike Fullerton probably still with the DH in his hand. Faptos with the E3 as well. So Mike
running the shock blaster.
Oh, let's get on the let's get the shock blaster cam.
With a non-upgraded flash, but hey, you never know.
Pod touched. Gonna throw a flash, blind a couple people. Nightwing kind of camping out off to the side. Shock blaster isn't the worst thing to use.
Not really sure he has the range on the pod though, for a one shot.
He doesn't. I think there's someone on it. Oh, he's gonna get him off it with the shotgun. Championship performance. And Fullerton gonna clean him off. One more on, and they're gonna claim the pod. LSJ first pod.
Nightwing with a double kill with the shock blaster. Secure the pod.
That's why you don't disrespect the gun.
What is it? Oh, exactly what you did yesterday.
Nice cycler out of the air. I don't disrespect. Mr. Moonlight kind of. Oh, Mr. Moonlight zooming in.
Kill with it. Alright, this pod currently in BGF's favor.
Oh, almost got a nice cycler headshot there.
Fullerton's taking a nice flank, but he's gonna be noticed and gets killed by Devil.
So it wasn't that nice of a flank. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah. But Acer and Faptos in the back.
Nightwing still with the Nightwing still with the shock blaster.
All four on, able to claim. Yeah, a couple of 14Cs to see Acer, and I saw I believe it was Devil running the 14C. Very good gun. Obviously, if it had Zerker, as you like to mention, it actually does get that advantage from Zerker, but...
Yeah, 14C benefits a little bit from Berserker more than others, but, I mean, that doesn't really make a difference when no one has a trait, so...
Like, X3 gonna be able to claim it before, he gets killed with that Dioxis, gets put down to 1. That was a nice double kill.
He's gonna get taken down by Moonlight in the back, though.
So this little 2v2 situation here. Like, Mike's gonna go in for the pod.
He got it, definitely.
Moonlight gets killed. Alright. Who is this back here? Acer gonna, just hang back a minute, trying to get the partner spawn. I think this partner already spawned on the other side. Good clear out by LSJ though.
Yeah, for sure. What is that? X3 gonna miss his cycler shot, but does get the melee secure. So it's all good.
X3 and Devil. When Nario killed himself, I think he jumped off the ship.
Moonlight claimed right before he died. Good touch there.
Devil getting nice partner spawns for X3. X3 gets actually a double kill. Mike goes in for the pod. Doesn't get killed by the cycler. It looked like it hit dead in his chest. Maybe due to some spawn protection. Another pod drops.
Yeah, another pod's gonna drop. Last time this kind of messed with BGF a lot more. Let's see on maybe a smaller map if that affects them now.
Who has control of it?
Well, right now it's LSJ, but it's about to be Moonlight and the rest of BGF. Both pods are BGFs right now. As I say that, one of them goes over to LSJ. So both are 30 seconds, but right now there's only about like 10 left on the BGF pod. Faptos is going to need to get this. He's going for the gunfight. He's going to actually get a double with help. Well, actually, Acer picks up one, but that's a trade of pods over. Both sides going to claim the pods almost simultaneously. A little bit of an advantage over to BGF. Again, pods trade. Mike Fullerton with the defense.
Mike gets a nice kill.
Deoxys on.
Gets the other one.
Maybe a little premature there from Mike. He's going to roll out. He gets a lot of damage on Neuer and is able to roll away. Moonlight able to grab the pod, but both, I believe, or no, just one over to LSJ and one over to BGF. Again, really equal. Both sides trading pods. LSJ needs to focus on this one, but a little bit.
Get the claim.
Nightwing staying with the shock blaster, the shotgun. One's about to go over to BGF unless LSJ can get there in time. And
I think it's a nice kill. Doesn't realize the guy's on the pod.
Yeah, Faptos not able to get there in time. Pod's tied 1-1.
It was good work for the 2-pod situation for BGF. Most of the time they always lose the first one, but they actually gain the first one. Now they have pretty good control over this one.
They adapted pretty well. This second pod's looking like it's going to go over to LSJ, with LSJ not getting
5 seconds left.
Not getting good enough spawns. There's no way LSJ is getting there in time. Both pods, BGF adapting really well to what they needed to, being able to control both pods really well, getting the defense they need, and now taking the lead off that double drop.
Getting a good spawn on the new pod as well. They've already got 3 guys over here.
And for sure, still plenty of time though for LSJ. LSJ going to pick up the power-ups as well. Acer dying to a proxy.
Mike's going to get a partner spawn. Mike goes down. Nightwing a little bit of a double here. He gets taken down, but does get 1 kill.
Acer and Faptos are partners, so it's only going to be these two. And Acer gets a claim right in time. Moonlight going to get the touch though. But Acer gets a spawn on Faptos. Faptos is able to claim, and if he regenerates, he's not going to. If he just held off a second longer, gives Acer a spawn. A little bit of a misplay there. Though it looks like Mike and Nightwing are going to do a good job. Now it's just Nightwing, but Mike may get a spawn here. Mike will get a spawn. The Viper not going to kill him quick enough. Moonlight going to claim, but not live to see the rebellion. So there is a Viper here in the center, or as I say that, it's done. But there was a Viper for LSJ.
Nightwing has switched over to DH-17 now.
Alright, so Nightwing kind of adapting to desperate times, needing desperate measures. But Bowcaster are going to take him. Oh man, if Acer hits that shot... LSJ still not really with the best control of the pod. You know, BGF able to just sneak in there and grab it, and that really seems to be what LSJ's been struggling with. They have good attacks, but their partner spawning and their pod defense just is what needs work for the future in the tournament. Nightwing going to jump on the blaster cannon, but there's just no one from BGF that wants to take it. Acer going to jump to the back. Mike Fullerton needs to get on this pod. He's about to. He barely gets there. Half second before it gets taken.
Now they have strong control over it.
Yeah, for sure. Acer jumped a little bit far to the back to try and pick off a player, and wasn't quite focused on the pod. So good thing they have the objective focus from people like Mike Fullerton and like Faptos to be able to kind of bail them out in certain situations. Fullerton gonna fight Moonlight. They trade. Pod LSJ, but Faptos is the only one there. Pod now over to BGF, and they secure and clear.
Only about 5 minutes remaining, and only 3 pods fully captured, so the decently low-scoring game unless there's some quick claims coming in. Another pod does drop, and then back to the ship.
X3 takes down 2. X3 about to take down 3, gets 3 of them. Mike gets the pod though. Mike and Nightwing. Nightwing gets a nice spawn, and Mike's got to pick up the partner spawn off Nightwing. So 2 there for LSJ. If LSJ can secure this, Mike Fullerton gonna kind of be stuck in a unfavorable situation. But Nightwing's gonna take him down. Can Mike get spawned? But the rest of LSJ arrive. Huge double kill here if he can get it for Neuer, but he's not going to. LSJ need to adapt to this. Maybe send Nightwing to the new pod, because this looks like it's taken for LSJ. Tie game.
It was like 2 members of LSJ have already gone over here and claimed.
And Nightwing get the great touch. Great play there from LSJ to be able to come back in this match. BGF, you know, you just need to keep doing what you're doing right now. You still had some really nice plays. Just, you know, you couldn't quite secure that last pod. All good. This is really one of the closest matches we've seen in the tournament.
Especially going to that game 3, which we're in right now.
Yep. Acer and Faptos are both focusing on the gunfight here. Mike Fullerton going to run in, but there's players from behind. Mike maybe's going to grab this in time. He does, barely. Pod is LSJ's, but control of the area is BGF's.
D3 gets a nice flank, able to kill Faptos.
Fullerton going to take down one. Now LSJ is on the attack. Really aggressive attack from one direction here. Neuer's going to get behind two of them. Nightwing maybe going to pick him off, saves Faptos' life. And now LSJ again. LSJ aggressing again.
There's a proxy on, so...
Yeah, Moonlight coming in
nice
though.
Pulse from,
double proxy, double proxy, Fullerton right there.
Great proxy placement from Mike.
Wasn't necessarily the placement, it was just funny that both of them went in the same direction. This could be a lead to LSJ if no one can get on from BGF, which they can't. Double proxy from Mike Fullerton there, saves that pod. And gives them the lead. Looks like BGF is actually going to get the power-ups, or the majority of the power-ups. I believe Mike Fullerton picked up one for himself. But that's a lead over to LSJ. First time since the first pod, actually, that they've had a lead.
Mike Fullerton does pick up a smart rocket, so very useful power-up.
All right, so I believe another pod is actually not going to drop. I could be wrong, but this may be the last pod if it goes back and forth, which could result in a replay.
Ooh, a nice blaster cannon. I think there's some Neuer over there. Yes, there's Neuer. Takes out one who's on the other side. The splash damage from the blaster cannon able to take him down.
Yeah, if he stays on that blaster cannon, he has great positioning. I would just stay on the cannon. I know he wants to patrol he's patrolling the area, but if he just gets on that blaster cannon, which he's about to, I'd assume.
Yep, there he goes.
There he goes. This
nice kill on Mike.
All right,
Faptos. Goes on the Nightwing, but it's going to be a clean lane,
definitely
so
not in time.
Pod is going to drop.
All right, more than likely the last pod now, tied 3-3. Unless there's a blaster cannon troll, this pod probably will be the last one based on how this game's been going.
Very interesting pod, though. You know, you have almost like 6 different ways you can come into this pod.
Yeah, a lot of different angles. It's going to be really hard to... It's always a really hard pod to hold. Let's see how LSJ can do against it. It looks like he's... who is that? Acer's going to miss a decent amount of his shots, actually. Probably could have played better pod defense. Moonlight going to clean Acer up. Alright, so it looks like we're at 30-second touches now. Strategic... Yeah, it's a 30-second. LSJ had touched.
Oh, okay. There's a proxy on as well, so see if you can get it a double like Mike got.
Okay, well, it looks like LSJ... there's still a couple there. Faptos maybe he's going to have to get on, which he is going to.
Yes.
All right, this is 100% the last pod dropping now. So it's either... So someone is winning here. We're not going to be replaying the map.
Oof.
Now, this is that, you know, those tense moments that you really don't want in a game. You know you need this pod to win. But LSJ, good defense, though Devil's going to pick it up here. Blaster cannon in the back for BGF. I'm not sure how effective that is. It is covering the entire hallway, though. Oh, he's actually going to get a kill with it. Going to get 2 with that blaster cannon.
Faptos going to have to get on.
Faptos gets it. Really clutch there. That blaster cannon came in a lot more clutch than I thought it would. He just needed that last shot. And, you know, this is a really good blaster cannon. He has that perfect angle on it. He's going to get taken down by Faptos. Faptos took him down in the back.
Pick up 2. All 3 taken down. BGF are going to have 1 shot at this.
Yeah, 1 to maybe 2, but LSJ just needs to watch the pod, and they should be okay. Last second here, they're on top it. Blaster cannon in the back. No. Fullerton picks up 2. LSJ with the win here.
Great plays out of LSJ there.
Really close game. That was one of the more intense, more fun games to watch of the entire tournament so far. So congrats over to LSJ on their first win. Very close though. So good job to BGF as well for putting up such a good fight, especially on map 2 and 3. I don't know. BGF adapted really well to what we had told them to, or what we were thinking they should do from earlier, and LSJ was really consistently good throughout. So, not much to analyze there, other than just a really close competitive match.
Although that second map being a 5-0 to BGF.
Yeah, second map being a 5-0 to BGF's really something. Teams might want to just consider banning that map away from them if that's going to be the map that they pick. All in all, though, GG's. I was really thinking we were going to go to a map 4 and replay Dune C. That wasn't quite the case. Alright.
I'm going to stay in this game and do a nice little scrim, I guess.
Nah, LSJ's out. Alright. So thanks everyone for watching. That is not all for today. There's still plenty more to come later on this afternoon. So be sure that if you want to catch all the games, follow us on Twitch and or on Twitter. And be sure to stay aware of what's going on for the remainder of the day. We have a couple of really good games coming up in Group 1. So be ready for that. Anyway, that's all from us for now. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys later.